You know, if you look around, this is the perfect scenario for power fishing a shallow diving crankbait. We've got a little bit of scattered grass, we've got some long laydowns, and then up ahead there we've got a rocky bank. You know, the one thing I love about this style of fishing is you cover a tremendous amount of water and you make the fish react. As that lure is diving and ricocheting, bouncing off all this cover, that's going to elicit a reaction strike. Right there. There's no better bite to get, especially when the fish are inactive. And you know, that modified square lip is acting as the deflector. So it's going to actually protect those treble hooks, and that's what's going to make the bait deflect, careen off the object, and that's going to trigger the reaction bites. It's the perfect lure for fishing around heavy cover.
You know, I make a living out here on the water, and it's all about the competition for me. It's all about making a living at the same point in time, but at the end of the day, it's all about having fun too. And I'm getting back to my roots of just going down the bank and having fun and cranking down the bank, cranking rocks, and it's a fun way to fish and getting bit. And the cool thing about this bait right here is, hey, look, you tie it on, you cast it out there, you wind it in, and you're gonna get bites.
There's not a bad place you could throw a shallow running crankbait. With the BX Brat, I wanted a bait that deflected, that was very erratic. The more erratic I can make the bait, whether it's just being grinded through the bottom or deflecting off a rock, a stump, a piece of grass. There he is. I wanted it to have that erratic action that's gonna get me more bites and put more fish in my boat. There you go, the brand new BX Brat.
It's got a modified straight lip design that comes to a very slight point there in the middle, but it still has those hard corners that's going to allow it to bounce off the cover really, really well. Then it also has these hard edges up here on the corners. But those hard edges, when you watch this bait in the water, the way that it swims, that's because of the shape, because of those edges on that bait. Also the bill angle and the line tie, that makes it run nose down, to where that lip is going to catch the cover, not the hooks. That's extremely important when you're fishing a shallow running crankbait, especially a square bill. And the other great thing, this bait really reminds me of the DT6, one of the best casting ones out there. Watch this. That thing casts like a dream. You can't ask for much else in a small crankbait.
One of the nice things with the new BX Brat is that it comes in two different sizes. It comes in a 3-foot diving version, and it also comes in a 6-foot diving version, which is what I'm throwing here. So the reason that's important is a lot of times in the morning, fishing, for instance, riprap like we're doing here, those fish, they'll get up shallow where the bait fish is up, low light conditions, they feel more comfortable being up there shallow. And then as the day progresses, as the sun gets higher, those fish are still relating to the same cover, but they're doing it just a little bit deeper. And so that's when I'm gonna wanna reach for the 6-foot version. Comes with super sharp VMC hooks.
I mean, you know, there's thousands and thousands of square bill crankbaits out there, but the BX Brat, what makes this bait unique is this is a balsa crankbait. It's a balsa core.
All the characteristics of balsa with plastic on the outside to protect the bait. You know, a lot of straight balsa baits, you know, they'll get a little beat up.
This thing, you can bounce it off a dock post. You can bounce it off of rocks. I have all the benefits of a balsa crankbait, but the durability of a hard plastic shell.
The balsa is all about the action. That's where you get the action in so many of those Rapala baits.
It makes it more weedless. It'll allow the bait to float back up out of cover without getting hung up. It's just so versatile.
This bait comes in 12 different colors, so no matter whatever the water clarity is or whatever the forage is that you're trying to match, Rapala's got you covered.